All right, let's talk about AI. Everybody wants in on the action, right? From simple automations to these mind-blowing new assistants. But here's the real question. Is your business actually ready to make it all work? Today, we're going to break down what it really means to be AI ready. And this whole explainer is brought to you by the fantastic folks at Colaberry.
So let's just cut right to the chase with a question for you. Are you truly AI ready? And, this is a question that's causing a ton of anxiety for business leaders everywhere, because there's a huge difference between being excited about AI and actually being prepared to get it right.
And believe me, the stakes are incredibly high. A recent study found that a staggering 42% of big AI projects either get delayed, fall flat, or just fail completely. And the reason? It all comes back to problems with data readiness. That is almost half of all projects hitting a wall for the same reason. We've got to figure out why.
And that brings us to something we call the AI readiness gap. Think of it like this massive canyon between all the hype and excitement for AI and the actual nitty-gritty foundation you need to build for it to work.
And these are the usual suspects that pop up time and time again. You've got messy data quality, you've got poor integration, a lack of governance. But that last one, siloed data, that's a really big one. In fact, about 29% of companies say that's their main blocker. It's really like trying to build a skyscraper on a foundation of sand. It's just not going to work.
So, what actually happens when you dive in without being ready? Well, this isn't just some technical headache. It has real, tangible, and honestly, pretty painful consequences. Let's actually put some numbers on the damage that a weak data foundation can cause.
And wow, these numbers really tell a story. For companies dealing with that siloed data problem, 68% of them saw lost revenue because their AI projects hit a snag. And on top of that, 38% said their costs went up. So the takeaway is crystal clear. Not being ready for AI is a direct hit to your bottom line.
And this right here, this might be the biggest hidden cost of all. You're wasting your best people. Your brilliant, expensive data scientists, they're spending 80% of their time just hunting for data, cleaning it up, and getting it organized. That leaves a tiny 20% window for the work that actually creates value. The analysis, the modeling, the real innovation. This quote from Zakir Hussain at EY just nails it. It's the classic garbage in, garbage out problem. If your data foundation is a mess, if it's not tagged right or its history is broken, your AI is basically built to fail. It's going to spit out bad predictions that lead to bad business decisions. It's as simple as that.
Okay, enough with the doom and gloom. We've laid out the problem pretty clearly, so let's talk about the solution. What we've got here is a checklist, a roadmap really, that lays out the 6 foundational pillars you need for AI success.
Look, it all has to start with an aligned strategy. You got to know why you're even using AI. From there, you need that unified data, a modern cloud architecture that can actually scale, and real-time data flow where it counts. But the tech is only half the battle. You also have to have the skilled people and the right culture, all of it wrapped up in strong governance to make sure everything is secure, private, and ethical. I love this slide because it's the perfect before and after snapshot. Over on the left, you've got the chaos of the unready organization, data all over the place, slow systems, and talent gaps. Then on the right, you see the goal: unified data, real-time power, modern architecture, and a proactive data-first culture. The entire journey is about moving from the left column to the right. Okay, so making that leap from the unready column to the ready one, that's a big lift, right? It's definitely challenging. But the good news is it's not something you have to figure out all on your own. You can actually speed up this whole journey with the right partner. And that, of course, is where a partner like Colaberry comes into the picture. They specialize in this exact thing, helping companies build that strong data foundation we've been talking about. They can guide you through that whole process, from the very first strategy session to finding the right talent, all the way to the tech and final execution. And you can see how this all connects back to those pillars we just covered. Worried about talent gaps? You build hiring pipelines and upskill your teams. Stuck with old tech? You modernize your reporting and manage new AI projects. Every single service is a tool designed to help you make that move from unready to AI ready. So, what's the big takeaway from all this? It's really simple. Getting your data foundation right is not optional anymore. Being AI ready has gone from being a nice to have to being an absolute non-negotiable prerequisite if you want to compete and win in this new era.
We started this whole thing with a question, so it only feels right to end with one. The future is absolutely going to be driven by AI. There's no debating that. The only question left is, are you ready for it? This explainer was brought to you by Colaberry.